the philosophy of the club will be set, and then we'll be looking to bring someone in to carry that philosophy through. But as long as the football club is moving forward, it's sustainable, and we're entertaining our fan base, then that's the main priority.
Great stuff.
It's an incredibly long road, though. Surely coming from where you are now.
It's always a long road, isn't it? But it shouldn't frighten anybody. I think people are frightened of making statements and bold statements for fear of embarrassment. There's nothing to be embarrassed about. We have the expertise, we have the knowledge, we have the staff, we have the people that can take the club forward. I just think that perhaps we've just been lacking a little bit of unity and a little bit of guidance, but we have that now. And this is a good place to work now. Everybody's united. Everybody believes in the message, and it's a good place to be. And the players feel it, the staff feel it, everybody feels it, and we need to be able to create and provide that environment going forward. And when you're happy in your work, you can achieve. And at the end of the day, that's our job, is to make people happy in their work. It doesn't need to become a bind for anybody. If it needs to be a bind for anybody, at the minute it's for me. Yeah. But listen, that doesn't stop everybody. Every day I get up and I want to try and achieve the goals that we're setting for ourselves.
I'm interested in, you obviously came in last April initially, didn't you?
No, June.
I'm sure it was April.
I'm sure it wasn't.
Okay, well.
When was it? I didn't get in touch with you till after the end of the season. I wasn't involved in.
I think you were officially sort of May, June-ish, but maybe you were sort of mentioned.
But in any case, it doesn't affect the question. Yeah. I just want to know at what point, because initially it was kind of sold to us as you were coming in to lend your expertise, but obviously you were an agent to high-profile players. At what point did you think there's something here? This is what I want to get involved in more?
When you get the chance to look at the club, warts and all, and then you look at the background and the skill sets and the experience you've got, and you think, do you know what, this can work. It was only when I really understood the relationship with the college and looked at some of the players that they were producing, but also the opportunities around that, and I thought, do you know what, this is a business. This was never ego. It's not about ego. I've had 20,000 people boo me on a Saturday afternoon. I'm not really interested in that. It's not about ego. It's about a business opportunity, and the business of football is all I know. And so it was a perfect fit. And that at my stage in my career, having sold my main business, this was the next stage for me in my career. And listen, might be that I get it completely wrong, but up to now I've done quite well.
Yeah, because you've got the pitfalls. I think that's the interesting thing, and you've said that in the past.
But you kind of, yeah.
You kind of know the risks here. So I mean, a lot of people would consider, a peers said, "Are you mad?" I mean, there's got what do you love about it? What do you?
The opportunity to prove myself right, to say that football clubs can run successfully and well. The reason they don't is because they don't have any knowledge and experience in the boardroom, and there are a lot of examples even on our own doorstep of that at the moment. Football knowledge, at the end of the day, it's football business, and I've been dealing with these people forever, and when the book does come out, you'll have a real insight into my understanding of dealing with these people. I don't think Len Shackleton was that wrong when he left a page blank with regards to directors and their knowledge of football. So you can learn from good practice, and you can also learn from bad practice, and I've seen both. And my knowledge and experience would lead me to believe that we can make a success of this. And and so that's. Is anybody better prepared for this? No, I don't think there are. In football, no, I don't think there is anybody better prepared. Having sat on the other side of negotiating tables with chairman, chief execs, presidents of big, massive clubs, Real Madrid, you name it, everybody, and dealt with them all for 20 years. I know how a football club can be run and has been run and should be run.
Where do these people go wrong then, in your opinion?
They make decisions based on passion, desire, but never based on knowledge. they never make a decision knowing all of the facts. They are forced into corners from their own fan bases because, and in this day and age when of social media, there is enormous pressure on people at football clubs because everybody has an opinion. You guys obviously can do it for that as well. Invariably football clubs make decisions on how it will be received by their fan base, and those invariably are the wrong decisions, because the fan base, just like the person making the decision, doesn't have all the facts either. So if you make a decision based on having all of the facts at your disposal, then invariably you'll make the right decisions. But if you're making a decision purely based on how it will be received by your fan base and not having all the facts, then invariably you will make the wrong decision. And having sat in front of people and the simple negotiation tactic of saying, well, if you don't sign my centre forward, your local rivals will, and if you don't give him X, they will, and them having written a big check out based on what their local rivals might do and how their fan base will react, you'll understand where I'm coming from. It is so basic, it's beyond belief. It is so basic. And so avoiding ego, avoiding being too close, too passionate, and avoiding outside pressures that you can't control.
Going back to what you were saying earlier about one of the reasons that you thought you could take on the challenge at Harriers, and it was a challenge, was the relationship with the college. Obviously the academy has already produced several players, Luke, one, Kennedy, another Tyrone. Do you feel that there's a crop of players coming through that next season you're going to be able to use, you've been moulding, and you sort of integrate into the first team squad?
There are another group that we've already brought in. George Taylor, James Hancock's, Dan Sweeney's. There are another group, and there's another group below that. But we're in a disposable market when it comes to footballers as it stands at the moment. And there are so many stories of players that were released and thrown on the scrap heap, but were given second chances, and that's another area where we've got great relationships now. So the route that we've taken up to now has been successful, but I think we can improve on that, we can enhance it, and we can be the net that catches the players that slip through the net higher up. We can be the ones that capture them and give them the opportunity to flourish, give them the opportunity for first team football, and give them the opportunity to develop as players. And there are such things as late developers. Obviously my company looks after Jamie Vardy, and he would be a classic case, and there are many others like that. And so not only will we work alongside the college to work with them to improve what we're doing at the moment, but I think we can actually enhance that as well.